Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Kinfolk Farms. This is Shane. We're gonna go out here and open these chickens up. They have not stopped crowing. Boy, it has really cooled down overnight. Yesterday we were out fishing, t-shirts, and woke up this morning. I hadn't checked the temperature, but good gracious, it is freezing. Wanted to answer a couple of questions that I had gotten on some previous videos. Give y'all a little update what's going on around the farm. I'll be honest, since I started being home, since I changed my little job shifts, I'm home every day. Man, I've caught up on everything. I have caught up on everything. There's not a lot to do around here. Normally I get home on the weekends and it's non-stop getting caught up, but heck, I've caught up on everything. I'm gonna look at these guys waiting. Let's let these guys out. See if I can do this one hand. Unleash the horde. Everybody's ready to eat. All right, guys, I wanted to kind of give y'all an update of what's going on. There's not really a lot going on. Chickens are doing good. Everybody's doing good. One thing we did do is these roosters right here. We ended up with a bunch of roosters that we had gotten from for Destiny. We bought these Silver Wyandottes for her to start hatching the eggs and sell them at the feed store. I'll show you that here in a minute. I opened up with those. We separated one rooster and 5 hens in one of our movable pens so we can segregate our birds, our eggs, so we know exactly what eggs we're hatching instead of just hatching a whole mess. We will do a farm mix though. We're going to do a farm mix, but I'll tell you about that later. But these guys right here, we ended up with 6 roosters, and man, they are crowing like crazy. So we'll end up probably processing, when we process our meat chickens, we may end up processing a couple of these guys just to thin them down, unless we can find somewhere to take them. I'm hoping my brother or my niece's uncle, somebody will take a couple, so hopefully we can get rid of a couple of roosters. But they are just non-stop fighting, and just, these poor old hens are taking a beating. But we're going to try to weed these down to just have 2 or 3 here with the main flock, and 1 with the ones we had separated. But that's what's going on with Destiny's birds, and they are laying like crazy. We're getting about 20 eggs a day. Our turkeys, they're laying, let's see, the turkeys are laying, and them poor girls, they need a gobbler. They need a male. They need a boyfriend, because they're getting to where they walk right up to us and just lay down. You can pet them, and they just ready. It's springtime, and we need to get on Craigslist and find them a mate. Okay, guys, these are our movable pens that we raise our meat chickens in. We have 4 of them. We have one that's sort of under construction. It's almost done. But they're super easy to build. The bottom boards, they're 101 inches all the way across, 101. The side boards are 101. All 4 boards will be 101 inches. And then we put corner braces down, just so when we move them. And we use this hog panel, and we just fold it over. But what we do first is lay it out. Put your chicken wire on top of it. Mount your chicken wire to it while it's on the ground, laying flat. It's so much easier. Our first one we didn't, and then we started doing it on the ground. It's so much easier. Then you can just fold the whole thing over, and the roof's done. And it'll take 2 of them. It'll take 2, and we just tack them with fence staples, and it's really, really simple. The back, we put a brace on the back, and we just eyeball it. And put these fence staples in, put a couple of braces on the bottom from the bottom board up, and that's it. It just keeps it solid as a rock. I mean, this thing is just as solid as a rock. And if you want to put some roosts in there, you can. We put roosts in there for the other birds, but the meat birds really don't fly. They don't get up there. And we use the Bell style water. We put a bulk feeder in there, and this one over here we got the trough style feeder, and we put it on chains. That way when we move the fence, when we move the pen, the feeder moves with it. That way you ain't got to keep moving that feeder in and out. But they're super easy to build. Let me show you the door. The door, we measure, put down on the bottom, measure the bottom, and then when we put up here at the top, we measure top, but we'll make an even cut. And put a nice little lock on here. Just framed it out where it'll be nice and solid. Super simple. Super simple. But make sure you put your cord, because we have locked ourselves in there. That was pretty funny. But yeah, super simple. These are our movable pens. The Joe Salatin style tractors. We built them to start with, and man, they look really good. But heck, we couldn't move them. They were just so big, and we couldn't move them. And so we just took them right back down. And I forget what we used the wood for, but they were too big to move. These are ultra light. You can move them with one hand. They're super light. I love them so much easier. We can put 25 birds in here comfortably and raise them to processing date. Super easy. Let's head down here. We'll see what the chicks are doing. I know they're gonna need food and water. These jokers are eating and drinking like maniacs. They are getting so big. And look, they come right to the door. They're just getting so big. Let's see if I can pick one up. This is one. I think we're going on week 2. But they're as big as your hand. They're just really getting big, looking great. Eating and drinking like little maniacs. Every time you come out here, everything's empty. And we'll feed them twice, sometimes 3 times a day. I'm thinking next week they're going out into the movable pens. We'll get ready to have some fun outside. We've been opening this door. We've been sliding it up and letting them come into here and letting them get used to coming outside, and they can come out here and romp around. But right now it's just too cold. It's way too cold. But let me feed these guys real quick. Okay, just slide in here to the greenhouse real quick. Let me see if I can get this door open. Things are looking pretty good in the greenhouse. Things are looking pretty good. Carrots are doing great. Our cabbage is coming up. I just watered everything last night, so our cabbage is starting to come up. Carrots are doing good. Our kale is doing great. Everything is just doing great. Our radishes are looking good. And the carrots down there and all the carrots over here. Everything is doing just great in the greenhouse. We actually went yesterday. I watched a video from Jason at Cog Hill was talking about his fig trees, growing your own figs. So I hurried out in the yard and grabbed me 12 of them. He said they're the easiest things to root. So I'm going to stay on top of these things and try to grow me some more fig trees. Well, our greenhouse is rocking. I want to give a little shout out real quick. If you guys aren't watching Mimsy's Garden, her name's Anna in Mississippi. This is her first year growing a garden. She's got a little greenhouse that her husband built for her. She has got the green thumb. That girl is growing a little of everything. And I mean, she's a great channel to watch. Mimsy's Garden. She has really got the touch for growing. Every time I watch her videos, I'm just amazed. Anna, keep it up. You're really making the rest of us look bad. But the greenhouse is doing great. We're really excited. Really excited. There's not much to do in here. I watered everything last night. Okay, guys, I wanted to answer one more question that I had gotten a while back. We had put this fence up, and somebody had texted me and asked me about free ranging our chickens like this. Do they get in the garden? We have never had a problem with that. Never, ever, ever had a problem with our chickens getting in the garden. I put this fence up, and I left myself a gap about a foot so I could weed eat. So we didn't, we don't spray anything. So every time I weed eated at the garden, I would just tear the net up with that weed eat. So I left myself about a foot gap all the way around so I can weed eat without hitting the fence. Not thinking about the chickens can slide right under that. So now, of course, we don't have anything planted yet, thank goodness. But last week I planted those beans at the tunnel. Well, they're not there anymore. Look at the chickens. And it's every day. So now I got to go back and put something down at the bottom to keep the chickens out. It's never ending, guys. It's never ending. But look at these guys. I have to come in here and scare me. But the beans I planted right here, they're gone. So I have to start that over. That's just part of it. Look at the asparagus is starting to come out. I wish we'd have mulched this. We forgot to mulch this over the fall, because now we got some weeds coming up. But we have some asparagus coming up. Here's a nice shoot. I don't know if y'all can see that. Not quite ready. But yeah, hopefully it'll take back off. Got another little shoot here, but of course chickens may be trying to eat it. And we planted some elderberry bushes a couple of weeks ago, and they had just started taking off. Everything's looking great. Okay, guys, down here at the bottom side of the garden, we got the other movable pen. We've been slowly working it down. We got Destiny's birds. We got 1 rooster and 5 hens. Supposed to have 5. Oh yeah, one's up there. One's on the roost. But we keep these guys in here. We got a little nesting box over there in the corner. But we keep these guys in here. These are the ones we're going to be hatching out. She's trying to get a batch out for that Easter week because everybody just wants some eggs, you know. But we may end up doing a farm mix. These guys are just putting out some real small eggs, and we're just not sure if they're the size that we should be hatching or not, because they're such young birds. They just started laying, and so we're just going to keep them in here for a while, keep an eye on them. Once the eggs start getting bigger, then we'll start putting out these silver lace Wyandottes. That's what we wanted to start hatching exclusively, but we may do a farm mix. We got the roosters over here. Like I say, we're going to thin a couple of them out, and just take a bunch of eggs from these guys. We're getting like about 20 eggs a day, so we shouldn't have no problem getting a pile of them to hatch. We just don't know what we're hatching out. But anyway, guys, that's what's going on. Not a lot. Like I say, since I'm home every day, I've done got caught up with everything. I'm staying on top of everything now. It's really working out. We're really excited about getting the garden in. I don't know if y'all can see that. Look at all that pollen. That's from all these pine trees. It is just yellow. It's coming. It is coming. But we're getting excited about getting the garden in. We get all this cool air behind us. Travis is getting the seed starts going. It won't be long. We'll be planting. We're really excited. But guys, I really appreciate y'all watching our channel. Do us a favor, hit the subscribe button, like button, all that good stuff. I really appreciate it. I love doing this. I love this homesteading community. If you have any more comments, leave them. If you have any tips or suggestions, I love to hear them, because I'm still learning. We've only been doing this 3 years. I'm 49. I'm 49. I've had chickens all my life. Had a little small garden, but to this extent, this is the first time we've gone this big with a big muscadine vineyard, and just, you know, trying to put in every inch of our property. We're trying to put in fruit trees and just, you know, I have really just gone at it these last 3 years. So if y'all have any suggestions or tips, I really would appreciate it. I love to hear from you guys, and like I say, we're going to see you on the next video.